Last time on this very long vlog.
See it? You see it? Fudge! We saw it! It was good the first time you revealed it with the glass of water passing. It was fine. It wasn't that good. Like, it wasn't that good of a visual. Like, you couldn't really notice it. But after as you slowly went on, you just noticed, okay, he's missing that finger. Awesome! Why the fuck did you have to keep spamming it? Like, my lord. Like, I just got... God! Like, I was just like, it was a nice reveal. It wasn't good. It was nice. Why did you have to F it up? Why, Disney? Oh, not really Disney. Well, I guess Disney, yeah, but come on, why? It's like, you need to notice this. You need to notice this. It's like, okay. And this is another reason why I say it's similar to Steven Universe, or like in a sense that it's supposed to be Disney's answer to Steven Universe. There is a lot of emotion. Steven Universe is a series which they took the first season, which like some people say like the first season, nothing really happened. It's more just world building. You're mostly learning about Pearl, Garnet, Amethyst, and a few of the townspeople, and you're also learning a little bit more of the backstory of the Crystal Gems as it goes on. Fine. Like they say, like nothing really happens other than world building. Don't skip it, but really nothing really major happens yet. And then later on, they go into more detail about it. They go more into the sad things that happen about like where Amethyst came from. Well, about Garnet and about Garnet, about Pearl. You had all these things, and each one delivered not perfect. Well, I would say perfectly. And you have a good emotional reaction. It feels nice. You've seen this build up for like the past few days, stuff like that. You saw Amethyst always felt like an outcast. You always saw this. You now learn the reason why and all this stuff. Pearl, you always knew. You see all these things. You hear a defective Pearl. You hear all of these things. You know that she's been with Rose for a very long time. You learn about all these things. It goes out smoothly. We're still learning about Garnet's backstory, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like how that comes out too. It probably has something to do with the cluster fusions. But Star vs. the Forces of Evil, like they want to just throw these emotions at you. It's like if you took Steven Universe and just skipped to the emotional parts, like without any build up. Any other first season without any build up to anything else, just skip ahead to what happened like about finding Amethyst. Like you have no idea who Amethyst is, you have no idea who these characters are. You just like probably saw 3 episodes with them, and then you suddenly throw them into what is it? The kindergarten. I think it was called the kindergarten episode. Just throw it in there, or you just threw it into a point where the sword scabbard. With Pearl. Just threw it in there. No build up or what is it? It's one of my favorite episodes. Jailbreak. Jailbreak with Sapphire Ruby. Just threw it in there. That's what it feels like. It feels like Star vs. the Forces of Evil kind of feels like you're going like you're doing it's kind of like also like going like someone saying like in for fusions and stuff like that. Spoiler for people who have not seen Steven Universe. It feels like how long I've been talking. I'm so sorry that I've been talking this so long, but I just wanted to bring this up because it really bugs me, and I want Star vs. Forces of Evil to be very good. It's not. It doesn't feel like it is. And also, Glosser can noise stuff like fudge out of me, but beside the point. It's just like in Jailbreak, you meet Sapphire Ruby, and then you learn. It's like you learn Sapphire Ruby, and then you learn that Garnet is a fusion. Awesome, but the thing about Toffee and like the whole thing, like you're not the first to be hit by magic and stuff like that. That's kind of like them go and like the whole spamming the finger. That's kind of like going like, oh yeah, like the fusion episode, Giant Lady. Like they say, oh yeah, we can turn into a giant fusion of us. Then with the 2 gems, with 2 gems on us. Fusions have 2 gems. 2 gems, and then like. Every other time they show Garnet, they always zoom in on her hands. Just keep zooming in on her hands. Keep zooming in on her hands. And then later on down the line, they try to They'll probably try to say they say like, "Oh yeah, bet you didn't know that Garnet was a fusion." Like everything they did with Toffee, everything they did with Toffee so far, it just feels like they're like we already know what the fudge happened. We don't know exactly what happened, but we know what freaking happened. That something bad happened. He probably was one of the first monsters on Muni with the Mumins kicked the fudge off. And like it just feels so dang rushed. It feels like they have bullet points. Like you have to have the characters cry. You have to have feelings. You have to have some backstory for the bad guy. Which honestly, that Toffee or like that one dude's like more like the Ice King, if anything. But like the Ice King, like you have some kind of tragic backstory, some bullcrap. And they also, it's just, it just feels so dang rushed. Like they are somewhat world building with Star vs. the Forces of Evil, you know, world building the different dimensions and stuff like that, but my lord, everything else, holy fudge. This, oh jeez. But yeah, I might be getting a little bit too overworked. It's just that when I see something that looks awesome, that starts off awesome, like Star vs. Forces of Evil first episode, awesome. Second episode, eh. But you kind of go into more like how she gets the dimensional scissors and stuff like that. Okay, fine. I'm good with that. And all these things, like, it just feels like they're throwing too much either backstory, like St. Olga's. I was expecting St. Olga's to not appear till, or like not to actually go into St. Olga's until season 2. Like, at least season 2. I was expecting St. Olga's, like, I thought they were going to build up, like, all the princesses, like, maybe all the princesses are going to try to attack Star or something like that. And they're all going to end up at St. Olga's. I didn't think we were going to see St. Olga's till season 2. But then we see it, like, 5 episodes in, 10 episodes in. I don't know how many episodes. It was pretty freaking fast. And I'm just like, really? You couldn't just save it? But you do get a little bit of a story with St. Olga, which now they're trying to do, like, oh, she has those things on her cheeks, kind of like similar to how humans have those hearts or whatever. Like, Star has those hearts on her cheeks, but she has clovers, which I'm guessing is probably going to be, what is it? There's going to be clovers or clubs. There's going to be a clubs, hearts, spades, and then there's going to be freaking diamonds, cheeks. Watch. I am so hoping that is the case. That'd be freaking hilarious how I could say, called it! But, oh lord. It just feels so rushed. Like, I love that there's a fan base behind it. I like this one picture they have. It's Steven and Star sitting next to each other, like, sharing a meal. That was a nice picture. It was a nice picture. I like it. But the emotional parts feel too rushed. They feel like, oh, this is the bad guy. Do you know it's the bad guy? Don't you want to know what happened to this finger? Like, it just feels like they're trying to build mystery by saying, look at this, while Steven Universe, like, they would mention something, like, every once in a while, like, oh yes, this used to be a great battlefield and stuff like that, then go into a temple and then fight all these things, and not bring that up again till episodes later. Adventure Time does something similar to that, which I like. This genre is awesome. But my lord, is Star vs. Force, you feel like it's like rushing it too long. It's like it doesn't want to take the pace, because the way this genre, at least, like, I'm not sure, I'll call it the 11-minute genres, well, 11-minute epics, like Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Wander Over Yonder. The thing that makes them epic is the characters, the mystery, and the characters, that's also including, like, the comedy, how they work off each other and stuff like that. And, of course, their emotions, their backs. And then, mystery being their backstories and stuff like that. And then also, their pacing. Because if you watch, like, earlier, I'm not sure about, like, the newer episodes. I've been watching the newer episodes. I know they're trying to punch this one thing in. But they actually, the thing about the comet, like, there's actually one point where, actually, I should leave that for a theory later on. For the next theory. But they are, like, like the first 3 episodes, they pace it out, letting the world build also, similar to Steven Universe, or Steven Universe similar to Adventure Time, either way. Slowly letting it build up. You need to let the mystery build up, showing different, also world building, that's the 4th thing. Because you need world building, that's usually the first season. First season, you need world building, setting up the characters, setting up the worlds, setting up how this world or dimension or universe is going to work, or how it works. You don't need to set it in the first episode. It's like taking the first episode that usually explains everything in a series and spreading it out among multiple episodes in mini doses. You need the characters to be like, you need the characters to feel good, that they can work off each other, to feel awesome, to slowly see them progress through time. Wander Over Yonder, I guess, Wander's always good, but you kind of see Hater change a little. You see Hater, stuff like that. You see different things happening as it goes on. Wander, yeah, you do see some things change in Wander too. Like I said, last one you saw him more serious, and they give little details. They need to give. I guess this one I'm probably gonna have like epics, but whatever. 11-minute epics need to be spaced out within minimal amount of time, have a good story within 11 minutes that builds up to a good thing. Drop in little pieces, like I said, first season of Steven Universe, world building. Adventure Time, they're freaking world building wherever the fudge they want. Like, they can come up with anything they want. Adventure Time is, okay, if I could compare it, Adventure Time is molten lava. It'll cut through any, or molten steel or molten metal. No, molten lava. Oh, it's like a wildfire. It burns through anything, and it'll do whatever the fudge it wants. It'll have characters that come in, come out, stuff like that. Steven Universe, okay, like I would say, fudge. I'm trying to give a good explanation. Adventure Time is molten lava. It's molten metal. It's hot. You can form it into basically anything if you know how to work it right, which they have been working it right so far, or somewhat. I'm not sure how this season is doing so far with everyone, but I like it. It's all right. It's like molten. It's molten metal. It molds out. It's you can form it into anything, but it's like it can also then you keep heating it up and then changing it even more. I guess that'll probably make it brittle later on, but that's beside the point of this analogy. While Steven Universe, I would say, is a fine sword. They created a world. They created it structurally. They didn't add too many things. They kind of set up the two bases of this world. I guess I was gonna say Gravity Falls should be in the epic 11-minute epic category, but really it isn't because it's not really 11 minutes. And I don't consider Gravity Falls that, although Gravity Falls is amazing. It's awesome. Okay, I'm so going to change the name of this vlog because it's going on for way too freaking long. But it's just, well, like Steven Universe, like you have a building, you're building up Steven growing older, similar to Finn, but Steven's growing older, learning how to use his powers. But then not only that, they keep their cast, I want to say small, because compared to Adventure Time, it is freaking small. They keep their small, but they do add new characters every once in a while. And each character has something to contribute. You learn, like, Steven Universe, which I love, which I've noticed, and it's the majority of the episodes, I don't think there's one that isn't. Steven Universe, you only follow Steven. Anything else that has to do with anyone else, Steven is usually either being told that or he's giving the story. Which I love because there's so many things like you're not only following the crystal gems around, learning about what ails them, you're also what's happening to them. You're also learning about the town. You're learning about like people, their past, what's happening to them now, and stuff like that. Like Onion Friend, perfect way to show that. What happened last Space Bomb, Steven Bomb. You don't follow Pearl around wondering seeing how she feels. You follow Steven. You see what's happening around Steven. Like that's what I'm saying. It's more of a fine story because they have their worlds. Sure, they'll show new areas and stuff like that, but it's mostly set up to where it would have to be for against these people and what's happening with the homeworld with about the homeworlds and stuff like that. Which like Paradox message, another good way. Well, I'll bring that up in another one too, but what I want to say basically was, because I've been talking for way too long, and I really do need to get some sleep. Star vs. the Forces of Evil. It feels like it's like if I want to say like, Adventure Time is molten metal, which can be formed into anything. Steven Universe is a fine sword, which you're slowly learning, which can cleave through anything. It's like it cleaves through anything. Like they going through stepfathers, about Steven not having his mother, about being a parent with the crystal gems, about abandonment, about all the not really abandonment, but like not feeling you belong. It can cut through all these things and do it. Like Adventure Time can do it too. It can do, but like Steven Universe does this while in this one world. See, Adventure Time, they can come up with anything they freaking want. Steven Universe can do something similar, but they're mostly put into following the crystal gems are the main focus, and so are the townspeople. So it's Beach City. Those are the main focus. It's not like Adventure Time, which I don't want to say it has ADD, but like it can be anywhere. Like, okay, you want to go to hell? We're gonna go to hell. You want to go to the land of the dead? We can go to the land of the dead. You want to go here? You want to go there? They can do whatever the fuck they want, which I love. Star vs. the Force of Evil can do something similar to Adventure Time, and it's trying to do something similar to Steven Universe. Like, if it did something more to Adventure Time, I think that would probably work. But like, they can still do Steven Universe. Like, Star learning her powers, which honestly, I really don't see her really needing to learn her powers because she's been using her magic like crazy, and like if she knows how to use it, every once in a while, like, oh yeah, like she froze time and can't fix it. Okay, but my lord, I've been talking for way too effing long, and I'm pretty sure someone wrote that in the comments or something, but I just think, but like Star vs. Force of Evil, it feels like it's like a cheaply made sword. Like, not cheaply. Okay, let me rephrase that because I don't want to sit BA me. It feels like they're trying to make a sword like Steven Universe. They're trying to make a fine sword. Trying to add a little bit of Adventure Time's like any world thing, but trying to be like trying to have a Steven Universe type style to it, like with a lot of more emotion and everything into it. Like, Adventure Time can have emotion. Marceline with Ice King, freaking emotional. But the thing is, Steven Universe, a lot, if not a lot, of like a majority of it is emotion. It's about love. It's about this. It's about being a family. It's about all these things. Adventure Time, it's about more Finn growing up. That Marceline, that's about like losing someone dear to you. Like, that could even be considered for like Alzheimer's and stuff like that, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, you could have all these different things. Trying to protect the king, trying to figure out what's right for your people, peoples, all these things. Each of them can go on these different subjects, but just Star vs. the Forces of Evil, it's now putting like about like the racism between monsters and munis, kind of similar to like how people conquered America and stuff like that. I guess it's going somewhat similar to that. I have no idea where the fuck they're going to go with the message on that. But, I don't know, racism? Probably. But I think that's probably what it's going to be like, about racism and stuff, if anything. But, yeah, it's just, it feels like they're trying to do all these things, but they're rushing it too much. They need to pace it out. They need to pace it out a lot better than at least, I feel they need to pace it out a lot better. Wander Over Yonder, again, I have not seen all the episodes, but that one mostly is, like, they do have all these different worlds. We've already set the characters, how they are, and everything. Like, even, like, I haven't even watched it from all the way from the beginning, but I still have a sense of knowing who these characters are and everything from it. From these episodes that I've seen. There's the good guy, bad guy. It's like they fit regular stereotypical roles, But then they also go into new things like Hater wants to do all these things, but like he's like basically a bully and stuff like that. Wander's trying to make the world happier and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, but then Star vs. Force of Evil, there's the random emotions, the spamming of like trying to make a mystery behind all this. It's just, and the thing is like, okay, Steven Universe, we have a war. We have a war because like some people say, oh, like about Toffee, oh, he talked about his finger being cut and stuff like that. Okay, I would say they should have done Mutapendence Day, possibly. Well, and actually, I'll say before Toffee, but Mutapendence Day, like, or explaining like about the monsters and stuff. Like they could have like had that later on, or like I can understand, like, okay, yeah, they're bringing that in about that. Okay, you can leave it like that, and then they continue on. It's probably gonna be like humans are not that good, are not as good as they say, and the monsters are probably somewhat good, and like humans made these enemies themselves. But I actually really should stop talking. But I just want to end with like Star vs. the Force of Evil being an 11-minute epic, although every once in a while they do the 30 minutes. I think Adventure Time actually does 11 minutes when I remember. Oh, something every once in a while, but no, that's what happened. But it just feels like they're rushing it too much. They need to build more on top of it, build more of the worlds. They're showing all these different worlds and stuff. Awesome, I like that. But then it also kind of feels like they're doing a little bit too many worlds. Well, no, I don't know. It just feels like Adventure Time. You do see every once in a while, like you see the Nether world. You see all these different things, the Nightosphere, and you see all these different things. But like you see it, okay, then you go back and then you mostly play around. I don't know. I don't know. Star vs. Force Evil just feels too fast paced. I know this is very long, and you guys probably left like in the middle of the episode. Holy fudge, 43 minutes is almost an hour. But I hope you enjoy that. I hope this brings up a conversation, whatnot. I hope Star vs. Force Evil does get better. So in the comments below what you think about Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Do you think it's being too rushed? Do you think what they can improve on? I'm sorry, I might actually have to. I don't know, but I'm very sorry this went on for way too long. I might have to cut like this vlog in half, if anything. But just tell me what you thought about it in the comments below. What you like? Do you agree with any of my points? Do you not? I'm very sorry for how long it's been, but it's just I had so much I wanted to put out there, and I'm so sorry, but hopefully this brings up a conversation. It just feels way too rushed. That's all. Disney, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt you are, it just feels way too rushed. You need to space it out a little bit more. Unless you have something very big planned that's gonna make me something like, oh, that's it. But like so far, it just feels way too rushed. By the way, thank you everyone so much for watching. Check out more videos I've done in the link description below. Hopefully this will start a conversation. If you want to tell me like what your thoughts on it, feel free to tell me in the comments below. But thank you so much for watching. Check out all my other videos, and we will see you later.